No, absolutely not. I favor, I favor Chaos Esports like having an easier executing draft, but I think Shadowfiend's the type of hero that could easily just take a game, but he's also the hero that like if he dies once, his entire momentum's like
doesn't rush Necro though? Like
It
you're
is
the
a
one
very
v
good matchup.
Grant's the one
yeah,
v1
ask
expert
him.
here.
Yeah, Shadowfiend is a lot easier to play, and then you just hit back to the jungle, and guess what? You're level 10 at 9 minutes in, and all of a sudden you have a decent game.
All right. What builds? I feel like you got to go that old school, maybe the Arteezy of old, you know, the Yule's Blink early game.
It's the Yule's Blink, I think.
I really like that build here, especially against a hero like ET Sven. Honestly, all of the Chaos heroes are a bit annoyed by.
And they also have no instant disables. Very elusive if he has Yule's Blink. Like, how do they actually get on top of him until maybe Sven Blink? And even then, if you've got fast fingers, you can react. There, Kyle?
Sorry, I thought that was like 6,000 games. I thought it was like the personal record. I was like, Jesus.
It's a lot of games. Up into it, our very first game over here. And we've got PSG.LGD on one side, we've got Chaos Esports Club on the other. And we've seen it. You think both teams, Chaos maybe has a little bit easier to execute, but obviously the Shadowfiend has a good game, roams around. You know, you have a Shadow Demon, one of the best heroes it feels like for shutting down. And we'll see.
Good. I got butterflies in my stomach, man. It's my favorite part of the year. It's just so cool that we're actually going to see good Dota, you know? All year, teams lose, teams win, they make excuses, their fans make excuses. Oh, it's a new roster, or they're not trying. No, it's a $35 million tournament. This is it. This is the best you got. Whatever you do here, this is how good you are. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, even the players know that, right? Like, sure, you can win a couple majors, but would you rather, you ask players, like, would you rather win 2 majors, 3 majors, or a TI? Everyone's going to say TI every single time.
So I'm pretty sure if you said, hey, you can win TI, but you'll never be able to play Dota again, they're still going to take TI.
Sorry about that, Misery. We'll make sure to get your chat lines back on. And this Elder Titan is a hero, right? It's the first overall pick. What's he going to do? Is it still the same? You just stack the camp and just spirit run at people?
I think he is... Fog was telling me he was picked a ton in pubs in the lead up to this tournament. I assume it's just probably for the same reason he's always strong, right? Just damage amp, strong liner.
Do you think it's only Dire? Because it's usually easier to do like the triple stack.
It's definitely better on Dire.
Yeah, I was just wondering because something I had never considered for a long time, but when you talk to pro players, you hear like there's some heroes that are first pickable on Dire or Radiant and not the other.
To that point, I think SF.
Is he dead? Misery, yes, he will go down. FY and Chalice, they chase him. And you talked about the Ogre. This guy has a lot of damage and an Orb of Venom.
That's actually such a cool build going Bloodless level 1. Did he buff FY as well? And then... Oh, but that's so cool. They're just going to push this lane.
Yeah.
Yep, a lot of 4 positions have been running or getting that early Basilius.
We've been seeing that more and more. Just Basilius, what happened, right? Obviously, people stopped picking it up. Oh, Aquila's not here. It's trash, but it still gives you damage, right?
Yeah, a ton of damage. It's 8. I'm fairly certain that's the most damage you can get unless you go like 3 of the... you get 9 when you go 3 of whatever your stat is, but you know what I mean. 3 of those 3+ items.
Here it is. Shadowfiend going up against his Necro. 4-0 versus 4-0.
Yeah, this gets much better for SF as he gets levels, specifically 3-5.
Yeah, Necro a hero that always wins the sustain battle, so really the only heroes that are good against him are ones that can kill him. With a sync stun is definitely enough to so.
See, pulls happening, contesting all these camps bottom. Pretty tanky boys on Chaos side. And yeah, xNova a little bit out of position. He's going to get it canceled. Level 2, we're skilling up Pit of Malice. That might get him a kill here. MiLAN trying to chase. 312 movement speed versus 292, and he should be able to... Yeah, but he wasted his salve. Will he use a Tango? He's just going to try to get out. One more. Oh, he eats into him, and that's all his Tangos as well, it looks like. So
that's so much gold. It's like 200 gold he just spent.
It was 3 Tangos, yeah, and a full salve.
And a TP.
Down bottom, and then up top though, Ogre 9-2 versus Sven's 5-0. And it looks like he's going phase boot stick. You think it's just phase boots Midas? That seems to be the Ogre build.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much every non-agility hero likes to go phase Midas. The combo, like the phase is just so strong in lane. Pretty much every hero benefit heavily from the sick armor. And then Midas is like, if you don't have any other item that changes the way you can play, then like if you're gonna win the lane anyway, why not just get a Midas?
You a Midas guy, Brian? Or BSJ? You pick it up on every hero?
Yeah, pretty much. Anytime I can in this patch.
They're just turning it around misery.
Yep, they are. They were going on Chalice, and they're like, let's kill this guy. We got the full duration Inkswell plus the stun, and he just lives.
And he just has 10 armor with the bat.
Yeah,
2 points in Bloodlust. Look at that. He's maxing Bloodlust. I was not sure like what the skill build is for Core Ogre, but he's showing it here. You get bonus attack speed for yourself compared to others. He's at 50 attack speed. He just wants to whop on some people.
They forgot the cardinal rule, which is never go over. Even if they kill him there, it's like you would have had to use so much. Misery would have had to heal, even if he didn't die.
Rough, so it seems like both the off lanes here going reasonably well for both teams. Meanwhile, middle, you talked about Necro is still doing well. Very, very good early. Shadow Fiend, once he gets those higher level of raises, start clearing out the jungle a lot easier.
I thought this matchup would go better for SF by this. He has the Ring of Basilius on MATUMBAMAN, which I like a lot. Low armor against the SF, and it also helps you push.
The concern I have is, like, you made a point about the huge timing for Chaos, right? Where they get nigh indestructible, go high ground around 20-25 minutes. The concern I have is that if it's not the Sven that's ahead, they not only will have issues hitting that timing, but also they're going to just not scale. Like, late game LGD will win this game.
Yeah.
And I feel like Chaos need to hit that timing to win, because you're not going to get into this like 6-slot versus 6-slot game and come out on top.
If they're stacking, I'm not concerned about Sven. As of now, ET has not stacked any of these dire camps in the triangle.
Weird, aren't you supposed to do that?
Yeah, I thought that's what makes it enable. I haven't actually seen this hero myself recently, but in the past, that's what you tended to do. You'd have like 4 stacks at that point, have like 200 damage in your spirit.
But now, oh man, xNova almost just gets one shot there by the Elder Titan. Top lane, there's a fight going on as well, but MiLAN, will he be the first one to die? Pops his stick, poisons keep going out, and they will finally bring him down.
It's really cool as well. xNova ensured that Ame would get the kill, pop the poison early.
Oh. There you go, 1K lead already for LGD.
This is, what a way to start off TI for vtFaded. You know, first time here, and he just has an Ogre Jakiro in his lane.
That you're just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, do I just go to the jungle now or later? I don't know. They are going to try to go in the... Look at it. They just don't do damage to him. He has 14 armor currently.
I don't like this play just because it's 450 into the game, so you know if you commit onto him like this, he's just going to go Shrine right after. And you already had to use it on Chaos, so it's like, I don't know. It just... I always like to time those types of all-in commitments, and they're both going to do it, and I think this just benefits Ogre. He's already got that plate or chainmail, so as you said, 4.
Plus the Bass.
Yeah, which is just insane. He's going to go for the phase. I'm curious if he goes back for the Midas right away, or if, like...
I think you do. There's no reason not to. And it's just, with the multicast working with it, it's just, it's such an insanely overpowered item for the hero. Like, if you consider, like, what item makes him stronger, right?
Yeah, like what are you going to get, like a Vlad's or a Drum or something? Or like, none of those items are like, okay, I'm a drastically different.
Middle. xNova, he does get in range here. We'll see. Is level 6 to level 3 in the raises. There's going to be 1, there's going to be 2. MATUMBAMAN is going to throw out the ulti. He won't get a kill. It will delay him a little bit, but I don't think he's getting out of here. xNova will secure the kill. Simple. There is an Elder Titan rotating over, but a little bit late in the rune will be bottom. MiLAN scoops it up.
You can see like SF versus Necro. Any sort of disable, set up, triple race, done. He wasn't even level 7, was he?
No. Just still not. There's... Feels rough. Feels like all the pressure right now is on Chaos. You see him hiding behind their tower here. Even bottom lane, the Naga, almost level 6, just farming it up. 34-4.
They're playing this game like we've seen the script so many times, right? You secure the safe lane for a hero that can be left alone. You start roaming middle with your 5. The off lane are too heavy pressure, just annoying mana spamming just beasts, and your carry gets ahead where you shut down the enemies and eventually clear an edge.
Do have a rotation up top, and I haven't seen a Radiant. Oh, yeah, he's standing right on top of the Radiant War. That's why I didn't see it. It will go away, and they'll see it. Doesn't look like they can really do anything here. They're just going to leave the Underlord down bottom, and now Shadow Fiend, he can just kind of do whatever he wants, it feels like.
I feel like KheZu's played this role for every team. Like, his style of offlane is just to be sacrificed and chill.
Yeah. Now, vtFaded, he does take a little bit of damage. They are trying to go on this Ogre. And they're just going to run at him. vtFated, he's in a little bit of trouble. CHAOS, he tries to get the stun up, and he finally gets it on one, but there's going to be an easy kill. Over comes the Shadow Fiend. There's a kill on Misery. It's a 1-for-1. MiLAN will go for the stomp, but xNova will cancel. vtFated, he TP'd to the bottom shrine, and he got the hell out of here.
Great rotation.
He knows they have early game damage issues. You talked about that in the draft, and he's the solution to that problem. And I think that's a really important recognition of a mid laner. Is like, what is your job? Is it to get big? Is it to contribute? Like, you know, what are you? Are you damage? Are you stunned? Like, in this game, he is their only damage. So if there's an engagement, he has to be there.
Yeah, I'm surprised CHAOS. I mean, they didn't have wards mid, so they wouldn't have known he was teleporting. But surprised that they pursued like that. Again, onto the Ogre. You know, Chalice recognizes his role in this game, and he has no problem dying. When you consider he has 15 armor, like 1,000 health. If he dies, there's going to be turnaround.
And look at the Shadow Fiend, how quick he attacks with that Bloodlust level 3.
Oh, yeah.
They're just gonna, they got an Ogre. They're like, we can tank this tower, whatever. Shadow Fiend will be the one tanking it though, and it looks like it will go down. Glyph is on cooldown, so see you later. Simple as that.
Such a great rotation. They get so much out of that. I love when the top tower is dead and I have an SF on my team because he loves playing that enemy jungle. And now all of a sudden you can ward the shrine and PSG.LGD gain 3-4 camps in the dire jungle.
Now this Naga seems like her game's gonna be a lot easier as well. She can just farm her jungle while Shadow Fiend's elsewhere. She is out of lane, but she wants to be out of lane now, right? She gets more gold out of the jungle.
And just compare her to the Sven. Sven's not even level 6, Naga's already level 8. And the main issue I said with Naga is that the rest of your team pays the price that you're farming. And since they've taken this early lead, early map control, that weakness is not a thing. And whenever I look at a hero and I'm like, that's their weakness. If that is not actually happening, this hero looks really broken. And this is the type of game that I'm really scared to be playing against Naga Siren.
Misery, he's looking pretty dead. He does have the raindrops though, and here's going to be a heal from MATUMBAMAN. They're actually just going to run at Chalice. He does have his ulti. Will that be enough to kill him right now? It is. They pick it up, 30 seconds dead is the Ogre.
To be fair, Chalice has virtually no farm on the offlane Ogre, comparatively to the Underlord.
Yeah, but look at the effective net worth, though. Like, what is a Vanguard on the Underlord? This is what it's effective for, sure. You can sit at a tower and play defensively, but there's absolutely zero offensive threat KheZu applies on the map. So sure, he has more net worth, but is it useful? Does it help his team acquire objectives? I don't think so.
It just scares me a little bit because I do think Naga kind of falls off, and if you have like this core Ogre that isn't actually a core, you know what I mean, as the game goes on.
He's gonna have a Midas like 1 billion gold.
Yeah, I mean he's got 300 gold towards the Midas at 10 minutes. He might. This might be a real late Midas.
Can you do me a favor and pull up the XP graphs?
I believe that's gold per minute.
No, it's the other thing. It's like you gotta do it.
It's like F1 or F2.
Yeah, you gotta pull up.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah, I got you. It's like F6, F7. There you go.
That's only 1,000. All right, not as bad as I thought. Never mind.
Well, we might as well hit over the net worth while we're here. 2,000 or a little less. It says 1,000 for PSG.LGD here, but it does feel like, well, it says there's bounty runes here, but they're not. And vtFaded, this is the guy, right? This Sven has to get farmed. He's going for the Midas still. Is that what you do, BSJ, or do you think that's what he has to do?
I think most games on Sven you go Midas. Kind of like there's other games you can go Echo Saber first. I've seen like people still go Mask of Madness sometimes.
Yeah, when you're this far behind, don't you have to go Mask? I feel like going Midas Echo is just, what's his timing going to be? When is his team going to win the game?
I think you go Midas Echo and then you go BKB and kind of just...
Dude, you're the greediest carry player.
I mean, clearly vtFaded agrees with me though, man.
Apparently he's
If you go Mask of Madness, I only go Mask if I actually think I can kind of participate with it, and I don't think I can this game because of my start.
I don't know. It's like a difference in philosophy between, because I always feel like in this sort of game you need to try to be able to participate versus because now you have KheZu and vtFaded that aren't really able to do things. You have MATUMBAMAN being your primary playmaker.
I'm telling you, if I'm CHAOS, I'm not telling you it's like a winning plan, but I think our best option is to like just scale and get to like 35-40 minutes and just say that's a core Ogre. Gonna die to the ET stop. Okay. Like they have a core Ogre who has no farm. I don't know. I feel like if you weather the Naga Siren.
He's 200 gold behind the Sven.
But the Sven is going to get farmed.
You know
what I'm saying?
I swear to God.
Dude, Sven's a nice recover hero now.
Are you doing this on purpose? Are you playing devil's advocate right now?
I mean, if I just go with you, then that's like, yeah, I'm giving you CHAOS as like why they're doing this. I don't think they have a better option. I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's their best option. Like, I'm telling you, I've played a lot of Sven this patch, and if you're behind like this, you're actually just not a hero until like 25 minutes into the game. Like, the way they've nerfed his abilities, like his longer cooldown on his ult, his stun being crappier at early levels, the ability to participate on Sven just
Do you go
sucks.
this build with the nerfs to stun?
I usually go 2 points in Stormhammer, but it's like, I either feel like with the new nerfs to Sven, that if I don't have a really good start, I actually am just not a hero in the game. Like, that's what it feels like with Sven. In the past, it felt like even if I had a bad start, I could kind of just throw out some stuns, show up to fights, be kind of useful, maybe get kited, but tank a lot of damage. And nowadays, this feels like your only option, and why I think the nerfs have hit Sven, because he's like there's like less game situations that the hero's actually useful. And this is why I don't like Necro against SF. It just feels rough, but they're actually protecting him really well.
Yeah, he is taking some damage. He will get ulted by the Shadow Demon. They're going to try to turn around. Look at this. PSG.LGD not going to commit, and
that early 4-staff, man.
Yep, you guys called it. I mean, you can't get Yules because the Purge would have useless there, or would have made the Yules useless.
And this is MATUMBAMAN after all. Man does know his green heroes.
Well, middle tower does get harassed a little bit more by the Jakiro, but it stays alive. We've seen 5 heroes by both teams here now.
Yeah, they smoked up on this side of Chaos, so they might have just been planning to ambush whoever was trying to push the mid tower. And I think with Sven specifically, if you lose that mid tower, you lose a lot of control of your own dire triangle. And since you lost the top tower, and you, like you said, it kind of the dire jungle kind of belongs to LGD. If you lose that mid tower, you can see how much like priority they're putting on it, because they know they need to protect the Sven because of his build.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a storyline for the entire event, is just how do teams protect their mid. That's like one common thread in pretty much every pro player I talked to yesterday, discussing how that's become paramount and important.
Well, you got Bloodlust on one side, which is pretty nice for dude. Bloodlusted towers, when they get glyphed, destroy creep waves. Holy sm— they destroy heroes too, actually. Well, bottom lane is finally going to get pushed in here. He's just been hiding now. Shadow Fiend has actually been here for about a minute and a half now, just hiding in this exact same spot. Hasn't moved.
Yeah, they know something's up.
Here we go. Do we have another ulti? We do from the Shadow Demon, but there is vtFaDed as well as MATUMBAMAN here. 2 strong cores as well as MiLAN. A good disengage and engage. They're just going to move forward immediately. MATUMBAMAN takes a ton of damage. MiLAN will try to save him. Nice dodge there, but look at this. Looks like he will be able to make it out. No, the sleep catches onto both of them. Here comes the split. Will it be enough? Nope, won't hit onto anyone, and they might just turn it on the Sven. There's going to be a stun. It will be multicast. Net, right click, right click.
And I love, did you see how they set that up too? Where they, like, no one's getting in melee range of the Sven. They kind of just concaved around him.
Ooh, in middle lane.
Yeah, it's...
FY gets it. MiLAN cannot deny it, so ton of team gold there.
And they get both top bounty runes for free because of the map control they've acquired thanks to the top tier 1 going down. It's just so cool, and this is the thing, you know, it's not about the Sven's timing to me as much as it's a comparison to Naga. I always feel like if you don't have BKB by the time he's picked up Manta Diffusal, like, what do you actually do to play Dota anymore?
I agree. I'm saying their best option. I never said it was good. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement.
Backtracking. That's supposed to be my
I've
job
said
on
this
the
whole
TriCast
time.
PSJ.
I've said this whole time that I'm like, this is why they're doing it, but it's not like...
I'm literally looking at your notebook.
I mean... Is it better than Rich's
Hello
notebook?
Kitty notebook, yeah.
My Hello Kitty notebook. Yeah, I mean, when you're this like far behind in map control, as a team like Chaos is, you just have to force, like, brute force this tier 1 tower. And I like how LGD basically forced them to come back as 4 heroes. That first, like, shutdown is really important. It delays this tower by a solid, like, minute and a half, and then it also makes the enemy team have to bring this next, like, level of commitment to get the tower again. And it just buys you so much time. Now they're pretty much getting a tier 2 tower top, or at least forcing Chaos to respawn. Now they're farming like 2/3 of the map, while pretty much Chaos only has their triangle and bottom lane.
The Ogre, he does, his Midas is flying out now,
He
about
didn't take the 90
16.5.
GPM. Wow. Gotta cast that Midas from farther, save time, you know. Bottom lane might be seeing next. Nope, they do miss the ET splitter, but they still get the Necro Scythe on him, so he's dead for a long time.
This PSG time is going to be insane. They're going to smoke forwards with a BKB on SF and a Manta Diffusal Naga, and they're just going to walk at Chaos. And they have so much, like, I call it LRC, which is long-range cannons. They don't actually need to close gaps to find kills. They just throw out a bunch of spells.
They do have a lot of poke, which is good against heroes like Underlord. Yeah.
I love poke against these slow-moving Chaos cores. They don't have much burst on that side either, so very easy to kind of play cat and mouse throughout the team fight.
You think we're pretty much just waiting for that PSG.LGD, this defusal, this BKB, and then they're just gonna start marching down lanes, or is that what you think?
Not necessarily. It's more that, I mean, they will welcome conflict. Whereas now, the PSG.LGD, they'd take a good fight. Chaos, you try and dive a tower, push an objective, sure, we'll battle you. But as soon as they get to that point, that power spike, all of a sudden they're the ones getting aggressive. They're looking for fights, and that Chaos map will start to shrink on them.
It already kind of feels like that. You see 4 heroes pretty much around that middle lane. Meanwhile, it's just, well, there goes Dark Green. He's gone. KheZu coming with the team. Has his hood now. Hood Vanguard.
Can we check in on the Sven?
Yeah, I would love to.
My concern is, again, you've got 3 cores on Chaos. Their draft's predicated on getting ahead, staying ahead, death balling. But they have 3 cores that are just watermelons. They're not really trying to get aggressive yet, even though they're going to hit the tower. I don't know if it's going to work.
Here comes Radiant on over. Tower is at about 300 life. There's going to be the next TP. All 5 Radiant heroes are here. Can xNova find anyone now?
Gotta get the hell out of here. vtFaded wanted no part of it. Even with the DD, he's back in the jungle.
I can farm the jungle quicker with this. See ya.
This is a free ult on the jungle creeps, you know,
Yep.
like I'm getting that extra
Didn't have to
bonus
waste
damage.
it.
Exactly.
Oh, so value.
There's the defusal blade on the Naga. What are we at? 18 minutes in. Had a tough like first level or two, but then they got that kill, and then pretty much felt like Naga just hasn't looked back.
Yeah, I thought the lane matchup might be better for. I just felt like Naga doesn't do anything to you, but I guess like once the laning stage kind of dissipates, you just hit jungle creeps and defend the tower. Like Underlord doesn't like dive you and kill you or anything.
FY, he's got a full Yules as well.
Yeah, FY is super farm. That was something I was going to mention, is that when you have this like ogre type offlaner, he's never showing in lanes and clearing, so you have these like Lina, Jakiro type 4 positions that just clear ways for you, and they get really farmed.
Actually, such a great 3-4 combination. Oh, he's...
As the 4-step MiLAN comes over, there's going to be the BKB used, and oh my goodness, MiLAN gets destroyed. Will they save MATUMBAMAN? He will try to run. No, there's going to be the net. He will go into ethereal form, but will he make it away? He's going to get Ice Path. There's a multicast. So much damage. They can't do it, but he will make it out. They are going to get soulbound together. There's going to be a stun.
But the spacing is so good.
Oh, no. Do we have FY? Here's the Ice Path. This is going to be a 3, maybe 4. No, only hits onto 1. It's actually onto Misery, and they do get MATUMBAMAN down. Chalice is kind of in deep, but Misery, he's in deeper, even though he's by his tower, goes down. KheZu, he's going to try to run, but vtFaded, he's going to go down. This is going to be a team wipe, I believe. There's going to be a Yules in the air. FY, throw another Ice Path, my friend, and here come the hits. 1, 2, he's trying to survive. There's a buyback. Grimstroke going to try to help out a little, but he goes down. They're actually diving another, and it's MiLAN.
Been on this PSG.LGD. Do you see how well they're playing these fights?
Dude,
the
that
movement,
was perfect.
Everyone is spaced so that they can get their spells off, but nobody's within like 300-400 units of each other.
They're just never committing though.
Yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah.
They just spam spells off cooldown. These low CDs, I love the way this draft comes together. And if you're Chaos, the problem with your lineup is that now that you're behind, you have absolutely zero mechanic to get back into it, with the exception of the enemy making a mistake.
Absolutely. They pretty much have to rely on LGD like diving high ground when they're not strong enough to do it. And you've already, if they're not diving tier 2s, they're not going to dive high ground, right? Like, they're proving that they understand that you have these, like, Underlord Necro heroes that they're never going to turn the fight on you unless you bring the fight to them, actually, you know? And that's, like, you see so much disengage items being built by Chaos, but disengage doesn't matter if you can't actually turn the fight at any given point, and I feel like there's no...
Midas?
Yep,
Please,
cat.
vtFaded, please, that siege creep.
Grant's OCD is just
I need it.
triggered right
I mean,
now.
that's just, you're losing a lot. I mean, the siege tier.
Why isn't he actually not minusing?
And now he might just die. Nah, it's only 1 here. He will pop the Midas there.
The value Jakiro ult lingers on creeps now.
Now 10k, and I mean, you talked about that last fight. It's, dude, playing Naga in your head feels so good, right? You don't have to like save your ulti for one time. It's like, hey, you use it when you want, offensively, defensively, and right, they just get a perfect 3-man ulti off.
A chase.
Yeah, you're seeing just PSG.LGD, they will not overextend here. And it gets denied.
And this is so cool. Like, Ogre, you get the Midas, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, guys, I don't need creeps anymore. I'm going to go run at heroes, and I'll buy teamfight items.
Yep. And here we go, he does run. That's actually a 4-step forward by the Necro. It's going to be an aggressive one onto this Ogre. But he doesn't care, he just knocks off the silence. And now they'll slowly siege, as you said, ignites, liquid fires. They just have to run away from all this damage over time. 2-man stomp, though. Doesn't look like anything's going to come out. The Ice Path will just zone him out. It's going to be KheZu. Pit of Malice goes down.
Can they fight this? They don't have their Sven.
So they're trying Matumba though. Guess what? Oh my goodness, the damage there. W coming out from Shadow Demon. There's gonna be an Earth Splitter. We'll only hit onto one of them. Stun comes out, and this is just, I don't even know if this is a fight. We're just watching him go back and forth here. Fully healed is the Underlord now.
This looks like a punching bag. You're just hitting him over and over, and he's just bouncing right back. Eventually,
oh my God. Can they time it?
Oh shit.
And he gets it off onto 3 of them. There's going to be 1 kill. There's going to be 2 kills. There's going to be a 3rd almost. There it is. There's going to be another. And
but check out the bottom lane.
I'm going.
Sven, Midas.
He definitely.
Midas.
This is the BSJ Sven guide.
Yeah,
right here. In the flesh. Farm, farm, farm. And when you lose the game, whose fault is it, BSJ?
I mean, my team fed relentlessly.
Over and over again.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do when my team's just feeding 4v5 like this?
Yep. And I believe
I told them not to fight, sit in base, and they're just out there dying over and over. But in all honesty, like,
this is a clinic.
Yeah, this is a clinic. This doesn't look like baseball. That looked like T-ball. The ball was placed on top of the pole, and he just had all the time in the world on maybe just.
You got to use a more European friendly analogy. A penalty kick.
A penalty kick. There you go. There you go. In soccer?
Football.
Nah, I was just trying to trigger you. Sorry. Okay, well, he's almost got his BKB on Sven, so I'm telling my team I'm almost online. I've got it now. I'm ready to fight.
We didn't need that Rex anyways.
Yeah,
I've got cleave. I can always cleave the creeps down if
needed. The only
needed.
problem is they give less gold, but I have the Midas, so I can still get as much gold from these creeps.
I mean, this is it, right? Like, you need to take a good fight with this BKB, like a perfect fight, and you're what, 16,000 gold? Well, here we go. They're gonna. Oh, okay. The smoke. They know.
He saw it. xNova's gonna just die here.
Puts himself under. No one's gonna come help him, but
you better sight them. Oh, he doesn't have it.
Still throws the ulti out. Just annoying that crow a little.
And what's that called, BSJ?
That is called a crucial kill.
It's tactical feeding.
Oh, tactical feeding. Okay.
We're playing Dota Jeopardy.
I was just. I'm really trying to like say the opposite of what you're trying to get me to say.
Why? You're killing it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And there's okay when this Naga gets hard. Feels like, you know, now they can just 5-man down the lane. I mean, they don't have to, but look at this. Maybe he won't even get the hard. He's going to try to split. Will the stun go off? It will. There's going to be the sleep, though. And guess who's coming on over? It's the Shadow Fiend again. They don't want to go in quite yet, though. They don't have the Shadow Demon. There's going to be the BKB used now. Oh, my goodness. Misery with that Death on the Shadow Fiend just gets blown up.
I love when you get to go Death on SF.
So greedy, but it's
so much
so good,
armor.
too. Yeah, it is.
And he also took the Presence Aura affects buildings.
Yep.
So you are
Dude, I love that. I'm surprised more SFs don't do it, actually.
I mean, it was Gambit for a while, right?
Yeah,
they were just owning for a while with that.
This is a really cool concept, because when you're ahead like this, Chaos, like, they're still trying to get their own, like, offensive items online so they can finally play aggressive. You look at the armor, like, vtFaded, he's going to go down to, what, like 3 armor with the Deso plus the Presence?
I'm going to do some math here.
It's going to be 1 armor.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
That's not a lot of armor for a guy who's wearing a full set of armor and has a bulwark, I believe.
Is he part wolf? Because I heard they don't need armor.
Who said that?
Lycan.
Who's that?
What do you mean, who's that? Literally the hero voice?
Oh,
Lycan. I haven't seen him in so long.
I'm sorry, I thought you were saying, like, lie can. Like, I can lie. I have no idea where you're going with that.
Oh.
Dude, now almost a butterfly in the Shadow Fiend. So we're getting our tier 5 items up here on the Shadow Fiend.
Oh, that 3 times multicast at Midas.
Look at his money. Almost has a Lotus. He has a 4-staff now.
Yeah.
As I said, Kyle, he's going to get the Midas. He's going to scale with the farm.
And he's good. He's in.
And he's there.
I hope that casting as 3 will transfer my curse. That'd be excellent. If all of a sudden, I mean, well, I guess you're always wrong, but it's not as funny.
Yeah.
So why aren't they going just straight into Roche? Is it still like too scary with the Elder Titan and the Sven BKB?
Don't need to.
You don't need. You just rather farm.
Getting killed as like forcing a 5-minute engagement you don't have to take is like the only way LGD.
This is that part of the game where all the top, like the flies, the crows, the puppies, they say, guys, they can't beat us anymore. And
if we don't mess up.
Exactly. Yeah. We can lose, but they can't win.
Yeah. And well, this is going down quick. You got a Solar Crest now on FY, the Deso, and see you later, Sven. Or not Sven. Hope he's not dying right there.
Yeah, they basically made a movement there that pushed the bottom lane in so that then somebody on Chaos had to respond to it. Then it gives them the 15 to 20 seconds they need to take Roche, and that just stirs up any possible way the enemy team could ever contest.
They're playing like a grandfather clock right now. It's so clean.
Ooh, Yule's up. He does have the force. Doesn't get it off. He's just dead, I think.
Is he? Well, he's still alive, and look at that. 4 staffs out. They don't want to dive uphill quite yet. But there's the, oh boy, they're all here. 4 of them get slept up. There's the Macro Pyre Ice Path onto 3 of them. And oh my goodness, they're all just going to get blown up. Misery, KheZu, they're both going to drop consecutively. And they're going to look for one more. It's vtFaded. He will try to run BKB, has 1 more second on it. He's going to try to juke to the left now. And they're just like, okay, see you later. Elder Titan instead will go down. And are they just going to go for the throne here?
Oh yeah.
Sure looks like. Yep, you've got a heart. You have the butterfly. Not quite yet on Shadow Fiend, but it don't matter. They do a lot of damage.
Oh yeah, this was good.
Yes, it was. PSG.LGD. They're looking clean. I know coming in this event, right? I mean, obviously we all read Reddit. We don't have to lie. Like people are saying, yo, Vici Gaming is the top Chinese team, but after seeing this, obviously we haven't seen